Girls in bikinis, bikinis.
What's going on, guys? It's me, Kinky Redneck, back at y'all. So today we're gonna try something a little different. We're gonna go with the podcast here. I got a longtime friend of mine with me. He's also pretty interested in starting a podcast, so this is kind of a way for both of us to get our bearings on. So, in the background, you see his video playing. Now, you might know this guy. He goes by AOGJay. If you've been following me for a while, you've seen him in my streams. I call him Bama. Now, he streams a lot of GTA single player life, videos. And he does make pretty good videos. The one I'm showing you right now, he's in the middle of robbing a plane. So, why don't we just get to know this guy a little bit more? Maybe y'all can show him some love. What's going on, Bama?
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I just told everyone, you do GTA videos, GTA single player life. Am I correct in there?
Yep. Modern, trying to just make it as real life as I can. You feel me?
So let me just turn you down a tad bit. There we go. I have it for my deaf self, and it's gonna blow everyone else's eardrums out. So I was telling them, you and we go back a long ways.
Oh man, hell yeah, all the way back to fucking SARP days, bro, and that's a long ass fucking time ago. Dude,
so long. I think the only right thing to do is start out at SARP. You agree?
Oh
yeah. Just give them a feeling of where we're from.
Yeah, I agree there, surely.
Okay, so I'll explain to them what SARP is, and then maybe if you want, you can tag along, let them know how we met from your point of view.
Definitely.
Just give each other a point of view.
Yeah.
So SARP is a GTA 5 RP fivem server. It was one of the top ones, when it was popping. So I go in, never played fivem before. So I go
Same
in.
here.
So I go in and was having issues trying to figure out how to make money because I want to be a rich white boy, white redneck that's rich, got all the money, got all the fun toys. But I can't do that, because I don't know how to make money. So, what do? Turn to drugs. Gotta find out how to make some drugs. Meet some people. They tell me, hey, you don't want to grow weed. You want to do opium. So, spend 2 days, I think it was, hunting for opium. Figure out opium's at Trevor's trailer. Go to Trevor's trailer. And, I believe, Bama, I met you at Trevor's trailer because...
Yes, it is. That's how we met.
Yeah, I knew I met Nomad there, but I didn't know if it was you I met there or I met through Nomad. But we're there.
That's how me and you met, and that's how we also met. We both met Nomad at the same time.
Oh,
that's how
okay.
we met Nomad.
All right, yeah. But I'm there. I know people can be sketch, so I'm afraid of getting shot. And Bama comes walking in, big dick energy, just that dude in the locker room with that big schlong. He comes in, I'm just like, the fuck you doing here? About ready to get in a fight, because I don't even think I had a pistol at the time. Found out he was a pretty chill, sketchy dude, much like me.
Very sketchy.
Walk out, and I believe you had a Supra at the time, like an old Mach 2, I think it was, Supra?
Yep, that was my first card. If I'm not mistaken, that Blaster gave me.
Yeah. I don't remember what car I had. I think I had some shitty shit box. Either way, it worked out, so we went from there, used all that money, and then after a while, we had a lot of shit, started a motorcycle club, used that motorcycle club to fund businesses. We had a whole underground empire, and if you want to talk to some other people, if you want to talk to some other people, or you come across former people of that, just ask them about the Chiron export. Just ask them about that. They'll know instantly what you're talking about.
The Bugatti heist.
Oh man,
We are definitely known for that.
dude, it involved counterfeit money, juking the governments, buying exotics late at night. Oh, dude. Oh, that's a whole thing in itself.
That shit was hilarious. That was fun.
Oh man, dude. You know, sometimes I miss that shit. Not sometimes, all the time.
Yeah, SARP, I still believe was the greatest server ever. It still hasn't been another SARP. I wish there would be another SARP. And I know a lot of people try it, but it's just not the same, you know?
It really isn't the same. It's gonna be a bit difficult to make it the same or
Yeah,
better.
it's hard because SARP really was a full server where everyone actually was role playing at the same exact time, and we barely had any situations where we was just making situations. Everything was so real, and just whatever came about, we just went with it.
Exactly. There was no, hey, I'm going to. This is something that I haven't found another RP server where you and I, we wanted to rob the big bank. We just did it. We didn't have to tell the owners, hey, we're robbing the big bank, get the police ready. We just fucking did it.
We just did it. It was always.
Did we succeed? Hell nah, but why didn't we
Never
succeed?
once.
Because
We
the
actually
cops
never
knew what
did.
they were doing.
I just noticed that we never did actually succeed on hitting the big bank.
No, not the big bank. Small bank. Every other bank, we succeeded.
Every
but
other
not the
bank
big
succeeded, but that big one, that one was hard.
That's like our elusive job. The one that
that's
got
the one
away.
that got away. The unicorn.
Oh man, but dude, if I remember correctly, you were like right up there with me as far as criminal records go.
Oh yeah, I always got caught with guns for some reason, and a lot of opium because we was moving a shit ton of opium, a shit ton.
Dude,
I remember we got to a point to where they tried to ban us from doing it so much.
yeah, because
that's all we did.
Because what was it? I started using semi trucks to haul opium.
They was trying to figure out how we was getting so much opium. Hey, they wanted us to make money and stay real. So, hey, this is what we do. Biker gang who has drugs.
But they did commend us because it took us like, what, 3.5 days to fill the semi-trailer up with opium?
Yeah.
And then it took us another 2 days to process it, and then a whole day to sell it, I believe.
The grind and the amount of work that we put into it, it was fun and it was worth it. Like, for real. I would definitely do that again. I would definitely do that again.
Yeah, no, that's one of the only RP servers where I've been like, the grind is worth the reward. Things aren't outrageously priced. If you got the money, you can do it. And I also liked how in that server you could inflate the economy. Like you and I, we fucking inflated that economy when we needed to.
Super inflated it. Especially when the mafia came in and we had to deal with trying to compete with their prices of drugs.
Dude, we'll get into that in a second. Okay, because we need to talk about that Coke war, which actually started the Hellhounds versus the Mafia.
Yeah.
Whew.
Oh, yeah. When rocket launchers and grenade launchers started to come out.
Dude.
And the government really had to get intervened.
Dude, I got banned for 3 days, was it?
Yep, I got banned for 2. You got banned for 3. If I'm not mistaken,
everyone got banned pretty much.
Yeah, Nomad got banned for a little bit. But they brought us back, though, fast because they see how we was really, like, changing the server. It was kind of empty without us.
Well, not only that, what I liked was the ban wasn't really, like, a ban because you did something bad. Yes, we did break the rules because everyone used explosives, but it kind of played into the RP. Because it was like, what, a 3-day long story with just the war setup. The Mafia had ties with the Hellhounds RP for, what, like a month and a half? And it was just a combination of all that led to the 3-day war setup that just, it combusted out of nowhere.
Oh, yes, it did.
Dude, but before we get into that, let's talk about the event that happened right before that. I'm talking about Pat Ardflark hiding from the cops for an entire day.
Oh man, that was fucking hilarious. You actually got me. You actually got me arrested, and they was trying to get all the info out of me on where you was, and I really didn't even know where you were, yo.
Yeah,
And
because
they tried so much, like, no, you lying, you're lying. Like, dude, I really don't know where he is myself.
yeah, because you know better than anyone. Okay, if I want to go into hiding, my second-hand man ain't gonna be able to know where I am.
Yeah, plausible deniability.
Yeah, and so because like what's the old saying? Loose lips sink ships.
Oh yes, they do.
Yeah, and no, I'm not saying you'd be the person to have loose lips, but we all have slip-ups here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So the closest I let people know was 2 locations previous. And
Oh yeah, and every time I would go to a location I would think you was at, you weren't there, but somehow you would see me, so I knew you were close. I knew you were close, yo.
yeah, like what was it? The meat factory. I was inside. You went by it, and then I was like, "Nah, Bam, you got to come to the meat factory." You're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "No, not the left door. You need to go to the right double doors." And you're like, "How? What?" It turns out I was on the building across on the roof, and I just walked in.
You know all the good vantage points. I promise you. I promise you. If you're ever in the server with Kinky and you're going against him, look up. Always look up. For real.
Yeah.
Trust me, he got an eye on you.
Not only that, dude, don't snitch on me because you'll end up like this is gonna be a throwback for you. You're gonna end up like Cold Paws if you snitch on me.
Oh yes.
And
Oh.
I felt
yes.
a little bit bad because this scenario took place with 2 newcomers to the server. Like they just got whitelisted that day. They were getting gifted money from Blaster because Blaster was like the sugar daddy of the server. He was a cop that owned a dealership.
Was. Oh, he definitely was.
So these newcomers, they came in. I was, riding my bike like I do. I was popping a wheelie. I forget what bike I was driving at the time. I think it was a Harley Davidson. Maybe no, it wasn't the Bagger. It was a Harley of some sort. But I was
Yeah,
popping
that's when we got the Harleys. Yep.
Yeah, and I was popping the wheelies there by Benny's, and this dude in an Audi rear-ended me and hit me into the pole. And this is when the tensions were high with the mafia. Like I said, it was right before. And so, I don't know if you remember my call out over the radio, but you heard me go, shit, I think they're trying to get me.
Yeah.
Because the dude rear-ends me, runs me right under a telephone pole. How I didn't die, I don't know, but I was fucking hurt. I get up, and the dude in the Audi, bless his soul, being new, was like, oh shit, and went to back up to check on me. Now, me being in a club and I was the vice president, Bama was the president. So, if anything, they're going to go after the head henchman.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the best way to get the president's? What's the best way to get the president's attention? Take out the vice president.
Yep.
And so, the dude backs up to check on me, make sure I'm good. Me, being in the mental state I was in, I was just like, shit, they're backing up because they see they didn't finish the job. And I don't know if it was an Uzi or a Tech 9 I pulled out, but I lit that Audi up, killed him inside. Audi had bullet holes. That was, I believe, that was
the start of the blood war. That was it.
Not yet. That was like the tipping point. But that was when SARP introduced in the Discord the news because they couldn't get information from anyone. So they made a news channel, took a dope ass. I wish I would have saved it. Took a dope ass pic of the Audi it was a nice blue Audi R8, had bullet holes in it. There was blood all over it. Like, it looked amazing.
Straight up.
And someone posted it. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the cops said, I believe this is the work of Pat, but he wasn't completely certain.
It
But
was two cops that thought it was you.
Yeah. Yeah, because it followed my MO of like spontaneous and a little sloppy but clean. And because you gotta admit, when I did a crime, I made sure to leave nothing behind.
Yeah.
So then I run, but apparently Cold Paws, that was his friend who I murdered, and Cold Paws was hiding under the bridge because of the gunshots. He started hiding, and he watched who killed him. And so he ratted to the cops saying, giving a description and everything. But I had, ties with everyone. And so then I went, set it up. Everyone was giving Cold Paws something new. Went to the shop, which a buddy of ours owned. Asked if I could use the office. The dude was like, yeah, sure, you can use the office. I'm like, Cold Paws, come with me. Let's sign some paperwork, set some shit up. I got a gift for you. Go up there and I wish I would have seen this from your point of view, because through the glass window on the second story, they just see me looking out at them, pulling out a switchblade, kicking Cold Paws in the back, and then stabbing him in the kidney, running out. And then I fucking paid, who was it? I paid one of the EMS paramedics money, who is a friend of ours. I paid him money to escort me in the back of his ambulance out of scene as the cops were showing up. So I got a escort out to the docks, jumped off the docks, swam to the airport, and then got a ride from someone else, was hiding all day. And then dude gave me his car to use so I wouldn't have one of my vehicles. And Blaster, the cop, oh man, Blaster, pulled me over. Wasn't my car, so he didn't think it was me. He came up, he's like, can I see a license registration? I'm like, no, you can't. He was like, oh, shit, okay. Because he knew the voice. Went back to his car, sat down before he could call in through the radio, popped him, hit his panic button. I took off, running on foot, got picked up. Then they were like, there's only one way to get him. He has no vehicle, he's running with someone. And they knew the people I was hiding out with were into performance vehicles. And I decided not to hang with Bama, which was a smart move, but I picked the wrong person. Because Bama, I knew they would hunt him down, which they did.
They did.
The other dude I hung out with was a big motorhead. So they opened up Performance Diesel Warehouse, which is a diesel performance shop, obviously.
Yep.
They opened it up. The dude hid me on the train tracks in the alley, which was a good idea, but that's where they wanted me. And then they locked that alleyway down. You remember all the gunshots going on back there?
Oh yes, I remember that.
Dude,
You could barely hear anybody talking over all the gunfire.
Dude, I caused, 2 officer casualties because I made them do crossfire. Because I didn't have a gun, so I was just running around. I was like, fuck it, I'm taking 2 out with me. And caused crossfire. Oh man, now that I say it out loud, I think the dude might have been an insider.
Yo, they changed laws because of us, bro.
Dude, oh my god.
How much you would get away from stuff, they had to start changing stuff around.
Dude, they made that strict because of that. But man, then that started the war with the mafia, because if you remember correctly, it was something that I did that night that pissed the mafia off. Because if you remember Officer Savage, he was in the mafia, and I didn't recall that. And he was my arresting officer, and I spit on him.
Yeah, you remember Savage was a lieutenant of the mafia.
Oh, dude.
He was under Ace, and because Ace was the president, no, the vice, and then
Lumens was president.
Yeah, Lumens was the president. Yeah, Savage was one of the lieutenants of that. So he really did not like it.
No, I spit on him. I was calling him every name in the book and get out of jail. And before he sent me in, he told me, he's like, you and your pals are gonna pay for this. I didn't think anything about it. Because, you know, how many times do cops give you an empty threat like that besides them arresting you? So I didn't think anything about it. Get out of jail, next thing I know, they come over to Benny's, which was our clubhouse, and just start fucking shit up.
Yeah,
like,
very.
They had some
got
balls.
to a point where we had to lock down Benny's almost every day because it was a shootout almost every day.
Dude, we had to break. Dude, we had to call in the cops to have them sit across the parking lot so that we can run a legit business face. Because we were using mechanics work as a face for our drug running. And if we were making money with the shootouts being a constant, you know, like, they'd been like, hey, how are they getting income if their business is constantly shut down?
Man.
So we had to fucking hire 2 officers to sit out front to keep the shootings from happening. And then...
while we were still selling drugs.
Yeah, and the mafia didn't take kindly to that either. They're like, oh, hell nah. And that just made shit worse.
Yeah, and it's crazy because the mafia outnumbered us, 3-1? It was about 6 of us? About 20 of them?
There were about... No, there was 8 of us.
8 of us,
because we had Lex in them. We had Lex, we had Ducky.
And they kept getting members.
Or not Ducky, but Grizzly.
We were taking out mafia members every chance we could.
Dude. But, you know, a big part of that was our guerrilla warfare tactics that we used. Especially you, me, and Nomad. Because me, and Nomad were used to using guerrilla warfare against the cops. You and me more so. Because, you know, we were like 2 peas in the pod. If you arrest one, you're arresting the other. And so that was helping us out a lot. And then the mafia and us, we kind of settled down. Made a deal. They're like, hey, you guys keep opium, we keep coke. You don't come to the coke fields. So what does good old Kinky do? He finds the coke fields and starts stealing coke from them after hours. And then they find out, and that starts a whole nother fight. Because what was it? We were underselling them in coke, too. Like, when we were selling to public, we were underselling them by, like, thousands.
We were so underselling them so much, yo.
We were just dragging the price of coke down to raise opium. And they didn't like it near that. Dude, remember the ambush?
Crazy.
Remember the ambush at Trevor's trailer that we did on the Mafia?
Yes, that was... Me and Kinky laid on the fucking floor of the trailer. You remember it was like it could glitch out if you laid at that certain point, and we could see the people coming in.
Oh,
when we figured that shit out, that shit was perfect because nobody else knew that if you laid down in Trevor's trailer, like at a certain point inside his trailer, you could see everything on the street.
It was like a rat hole.
Yeah, it was like a rat hole. So we could see the cops when we were doing the opium. We could see everything. We had Nomad in the... What was he, in the garage?
Yeah, the garage.
We had like 3 or 4 people in the garage and me and Kinky laying down in the trailer. That shit was crazy.
But no, I'm talking about the ambush we did where it was you talking to them, and Nomad and I were up in the... Since you were the president, and Nomad and I were up on the jetty, like the bank, hiding in the bushes with LMGs. And then you started picking a fight with them. And as soon as you said, I forget what the code word was, but as soon as you said the code word, we just lit them up. And I think we took lumens out and disabled the vehicle.
Yeah.
And then we just booked it.
Yeah. I remember, too, you had took all of his drugs off of him, too.
Oh, yeah. No, I was being...
drugs in that car.
Our goal was, you know, just take them out. And then me being the asshole, I was just like, I'm taking the drugs, too. What was there? Was like $250,000 worth of coke in there?
Yeah. They were mad. The mafia was pissed off how much we was actually taking from them because we was taking a lot of shit from them.
Dude, every day
they would
we
get
stole
us
about
every
like...
chance that... Every fucking time they caught one of us alone, they would take our shit. Every fucking time.
Yeah, dude. what was it? Every day we were stealing at least 50 to 100 grand worth of shit from them.
Yeah, every chance.
Man, it got bad. But need to find a new server like that. I got my eyes on a server. It's, as you know. But yeah, I got my eyes on another server, Bluebird RP. They already got an established motorcycle club. Motorcycle club, I believe, washes the money. So we'd have to figure out exactly who washes the money. RP it. And they got drugs. What I really love is to make meth. You have to have a Journey RV, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And you make it inside there. And then the script has it so that, the flares, how it has that thick red shit.
Uh-huh.
That comes out the top of the RV as you're making it. And it can, how far that shit can be spotted.
Oh, that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. I know we were gonna watch some of my gameplay. Is there any chance you can pull up some of the gameplay on the channel so I can see it?
Oh, some Bluebird?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Let's see here. The dude who I watch that does it, is Papa Pelly. Let's see here. I believe, where is it? Try and find one where he, does the drug making. Let's see, might do it here. Whoops. There we go. Let's see, but you see this? Like, they got the old skyline.
Oh yeah, I like that.
I knew you would. And then they don't have a reticle in third person. You have to go in first person.
Oh, sweet.
It is in Australia. I believe it's Australian based. Obviously Bluebirds. Australian based. So then, they have like Australian like Holden cars and shit like that.
Oh yeah, I like that.
But if we fast forward to here. Yeah. So here's the RV.
Like the one you had.
Yeah. Alright. He's calling his bud. I think he's making meth right now. Find out in a second. Let's see. Some shit's going on here. I think Taliban's attacked or something. Yeah, the Talibans were attacking, but see, like, they have all kinds of factions. No, I don't know if the
so
Taliban.
They got an established server. That's
oh,
what I
dude,
like.
this server's been going for a while. See the Taliban's, causing trouble.
The Pale Riders MC. Oh, they do have a whole MC setup. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, custom shit, everything.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely join this server. I'll definitely try to join.
But that's the server I'm interested in. I see a lot of potential in that, and not to brag or anything, but I've been right when I say a server has a lot of potential.
Yeah, you have, because you actually do the research, which is good.
Yeah. Now, I say servers have a lot of potential, but the owners usually aren't competent enough to run them.
Very true. This is why we went through a couple SARP servers.
Yeah, this one has been up for a while. It's gone through different owners, but it has constant players.
I like.
Mm-hmm. So you
that
just gotta get to their website, which their website I think is bluebirdrp.com. Yeah, bluebirdrp.com.
Yep.
GTARP, how to play. Owned by GTA. Download and install fivem. Find our server. Once you've loaded into fivem, select Service tab. Top of screen, type in Bluebird. Search it. Click our server. First, go to favorite. Create. Oh, do you not have to whitelist?
Uh-huh.
If you don't have to whitelist, that makes everything so much easier.
Okay, you
But I
say
don't-
Bluebird. Tell me the. I'm about to go to this while you talking.
Bluebird RP. BLUEBIRB RP. I swear it's whitelist.
Oh, BluebirdRP.live. Sweet. That would actually be so smooth if it isn't. I mean, I would understand if it is. Most like,
I expect it to be.
yeah, I expect it to be. Most big servers are whitelisted, but that would
Yeah.
be smooth if it was. Okay, let's join the Discord.
You know what I can't wait for, though?
Which one?
I can't wait for Red Elm to get to where 5M is.
Me too.
It's
Me
getting
too.
there
I
fast.
actually I miss Red M. I do.
Mhm.
I do. But I think what it is it's not enough modders or creators for the 5M for that one. I don't think it's that many people. Cause it don't seem like when you look up mods and scripts for Grand Theft Auto 5, there's a lot. Even for 5M, there's so much people always making stuff and coming up with something new. But if you go to Red Dead Redemption's modding site, it's like from months ago. You know, it's one or two people that's updating the mod that they came out with. You know, so it's not. It seems like it's not that many people creating.
Well, Red Elm also has a lot of private modders.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what
They
it
don't
falls
put out
to
a lot.
more is there's not enough of a audience. You know, like
Yeah.
an active audience. The
Yeah.
audience is there. It's just not concurrent enough to bring the modders in to be like, yo, let's do this.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
That's also why the online isn't popping. But there's some news that I got yesterday regarding Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive. You want to hear?
Oh, yes, I would love to.
Okay. So, you know E3?
Mm-hmm.
Rockstar and Take-Two, they always go to E3. They always have a booth, you know, so insiders can go and talk to them, right?
Uh-huh.
But that's in person. E3 this year is going to be all digital. And they confirmed Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive are both going to be there. Now, you can't have just random ass booths in a digital event like that.
Very true.
And why
Everything
is
is
Rockstar
skill.
and Take-Two going to pay so much money to have a spot, you know, in something like that, just so that they can have a spot? My
Yeah.
thinking is they're probably going to announce something. Now, it could be anything from the GTA 5 Expanded Edition or whatever the fuck it is, to, you know, the game everyone's hoping for, GTA 6.
That's what I so hope it is for. I so
Same.
hope it is for. When you look at the timeline of when Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, Grand Theft Auto 5, it's always almost around a decade.
Mm-hmm.
For when they start talking, it's almost like when it reaches 7 to 8 years, they start giving little tidbits and little teases about the next Grand Theft Auto or what could be the next Grand Theft Auto, you know? And then once a decade hits, like a full 10 years, they drop a video or something with a logo on it.
What if I
Say,
told
hey,
you?
yo, here's Grand Theft Auto 5, here's Grand Theft Auto 6.
What if I told you I believe Rockstar already hinted in it with one of the most recent updates? Because if you remember,
I
one of the
believe
most
that
recent
too.
updates to GTA 5 Online, they altered the map a little. You know, taking some things out, adding some things
Yes.
in when they did the graphics enhancement.
Yes.
But you want to know what one of the things was? On
What?
the doors, I forget where it is. I think it's at the acting place. One of the doors says, or underground garages. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
One of the doors says 2013. When did GTA come out?
2013.
Exactly. You know what the door next to it says on the right hand side? And you know how timelines go from left to right for progression?
Yeah.
On the right hand side, on the right door, the door on the right hand side
Uh-huh.
says 2025.
Oh shit. They do that a lot too.
Uh-huh.
They do that a lot. That's the wild part. They actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I can see them announcing something like that. Like, hey, yo, GTA 6 is now in development, or already has been for sure. I'm sure it's already in
If they're gonna
development.
announce it at something like that, I know Rockstar, they're gonna fucking do like just an animation that shows the logo coming together.
Yeah, it's exactly what I feel. It's because they love to do that. For the first one, it's always just the logo. It's always just the logo, but it gets people talking. It gets everybody interested. So their tactics and what they do, Rockstar is very smart, but I hate how they do stuff though. I
Mm-hmm.
do. I truly, truly do. But I'm hoping this time with
Rockstar is
Grand
like a
Theft Auto,
master marketing.
very true, very true. Who's ever over their marketing team, he or she is very fucking smart,
Mm-hmm.
very fucking smart. But I hope with Grand Theft Auto 6, being that we have modding for GTA 5, I hope that's what's taking so long because they want to either use what we've been doing with GTA 5 or give us the ability to do it with GTA 6. You know. So I'm hoping that's what it really is, and we can get more because when they put this on PC, man, it made it much better.
Well,
Like
you see,
seriously,
they've already used some of. If you've noticed, Rockstar started embracing fivem. Remember how they
a
were
lot.
taking everything down that
Yeah,
involved, that was similar to fivem? They
yes,
started embracing it. And I've started seeing more cars from fivem make their way into GTA Online.
I have too.
And
Especially with
fivem has been
people who
featured
makes
in the
all these
newsletter.
vanilla cars, they like taking from those modders and creators. Like
Yep.
I noticed that a lot.
Yeah, so.
I wish they would have these. They should just hire these people. I have
Hmm.
said that a couple of times. Like, it's a lot of modders and creators out there. I really feel Rockstar needs to fucking hire. Like, seriously, they need to pick these people up ASAP, even if it's just for a work at home type of gig.
Yeah.
Like, these people can help y'all. Seriously.
Yeah, no, they're aware of that. There was this modder that changed GTA's loading time, right?
Uh huh.
Rockstar was going to pick them up, but another team already picked them up before Rockstar could get them. So Rockstar paid them $10,000, I think it was, to be able to use his mod to fix their loading time. So now you load into GTA Online in like a minute.
Oh, that's fucking sweet.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I see. That was smart.
yeah, it really was. Now, I got a question for you. I believe it was you that told me a while ago. You're a Saints Row fan, ain't you?
Yes, I am. Yes,
Do
I
you
am.
know? Do you
I
know what
love
company
Saints
publishes them?
Row. Say it again.
Do you know what company publishes them or works on them?
If I'm not mistaken, it's man. I see it in my head too, and I just can't think of the name. I see the logo and everything because I play that game faithfully. I love every single last one of them. What is
Okay,
the company?
so you ready for me to really turn you on then?
Yeah, please do.
So the creators or publishers of the game haven't been to a thing in a long time, correct?
Yes, in a very long time, and I have been patiently waiting for some type of announcement that they were going to come. And if you were about to tell me that they were coming to the next E3, I might just end this conversation right here.
Well, it looks like this conversation's over.
They're coming to E3.
Uh
Oh man, this is the next Saints Row. This is the next Saints Row for
hmm.
sure. They
And
better
what
be
does that
fucking
mean?
announcing the next Saints Row.
What does that mean? That means competition for GTA. Because
Super
GTA and Saints
competition.
Row compete against each other. Which means they might announce it and then Rockstar's going to be like, oh, shit, Okay.
Yeah, that's super competition for sure. For sure. To me, Saints Row is one of the only games that for open world, like third person, first person type of games, it's the only one on almost on the level of Grand Theft Auto.
I've
Like
never played
even though
Saints Row.
even though Saints Row has like a comic edge to it, the fact that like you can travel around and you got like all little customization items and stuff like that, it's very fun. It's very fun and like a bunch of shit to do, a good storyline, and the comedic side of it actually doesn't hinder the game. It doesn't make the game
Volitition.
bad.
Deep Silver Volitition. That's who it is.
Yes, that big V. Every time I see Saints Row, it's the first thing you see.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to E3.
Oh yeah, I would love to see that. I would definitely love to see the new Saints Row on the new next gen graphics and everything with all the new fucking outrageous comics and stuff they do. Cause you know they like showing balls and boobs and they go the farthest and it is hilarious. I love
Yeah.
every fucking bit of it.
Well, Rockstar kind of needs that person to, just push them over the edge. Because I think Rockstar kind of got comfortable.
I believe so too. I believe so too. Cause I still think the best Grand Theft Autos so far have been not Grand Theft Auto 4. Is it the Ballad of Gay Tony? That was a DLC, right?
Yeah.
All right, that one, the DLC for that, the Lost and the Damned, or was it the Lost and the Damned or Lost Sons or something like that?
Lost in the
That was for Grand Theft. Yeah, that one. Those two were the best. Uh, Vice City and San Andreas, because they all pushed the boundaries. You was selling coke in Vice City. You remember, like people didn't even know that at first. Like the little Mr. Cherry Poppers truck, like yo, I'm driving around selling cocaine. They were pushing the boundaries a lot.
Dude.
Then you started gangbanging in San Andreas. You was able to be a biker in Ballad of Gay Tony and the Lost of the Damned and stuff.
Yeah, a
They
lot of
pushed-
systems were lost between GTA 4 and GTA 5.
Yeah, and I think now being that I think the heist was a very good thing for Grand Theft Auto 5 because
Oh,
you could go
dude.
in and rob stuff. It was cool, but
I remember
it
the
seemed like that's
day
all
that
they
trailer
want to.
dropped. I'll never forget that day.
Me too. I was so excited. I was so excited.
Dude, I was ditching class in the library, and it popped up, and I immediately FaceTimed my friend who was in class and showed him the trailer, and then showed everyone in class the trailer because they're like, he's bullshitting. So I was ditching class at the school's library, because I was going to a boarding school, and I was doing schoolwork. Next thing I know, I'm presenting to my friend's class the GTA 5 heist trailer.
That was the best thing when they dropped that. It seemed like the gaming world stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Everything stopped. Like, hold on, we got a Grand Theft Auto where we can do heist. He's
Online.
jumping out of helicopters and it's online. Like it was crazy. When they dropped the idea for Grand Theft Auto Online, I was completely and utterly like fucking shocked.
Yeah,
Like
no.
seriously. When I first got the game, I stayed in line for about 12 hours at GameStop to get the game.
Oh, God.
I kid you not, when I first got it, I did the story for about all of like 2 hours, and then once they finally said, okay, yo, online is working, try it out. It didn't work for me for about 10 hours, but it didn't stop me from trying.
Yeah.
It did not stop me from trying. Me and a group of friends, that's all we did every day was try to get on GTA Online. And once I finally was in, nothing stopped me.
I didn't
Nothing
get
stopped me.
GTA till about the update after the Beach Bum Pack.
Uh-huh.
Or it was like the day after the Beach Bum Pack dropped, I got GTA 5. Because I was just like, by this time, it'll be stable enough for me to play on.
Uh-huh.
Which I wasn't completely right about. Because GTA,
Wasn't stable yet.
it still ain't stable.
At all.
That bitch is about as stable as someone on fucking crack.
Very true.
But GTA, they've always had a good storyline going across, or not storyline, but vision board and stayed with their roots. But I think they broke off of that in GTA Online, because if you notice, all the updates up to the heist was good. After that, I believe came the next big thing was gun running, which was good, but it was starting to get, out of hand. And then they just, I don't know if their creative just popped like 6 too many Adderalls or something, but they just went off the wall with some futuristic bullshit.
Yeah, all the arena wars and the weird stuff. It was too much. It was too much. Like, some stuff was cool. The little orbital strike package and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool for a little gamer side. But
Yeah.
if they stick in the Grand Theft Auto, man, stick to the guns. Stick to letting us rob people.
Yeah,
and
if you're
do
doing it in a
crazy
modern
stuff.
era, do modern era shit.
Yeah, do modern era shit. Stick to
Not-
your era.
Yeah, not like laser guns and shit like that.
Yeah, that's where they started to lose me. That's where they
Yeah.
started to lose me. And I feel like they are focusing way too much on heist. Like, I understand heist was the big part of Grand Theft Auto, but that wasn't the only thing about Grand Theft Auto. It's
Mhm.
Grand Theft Auto. You can run around and shoot people. Not too many games allow you to just run around a city and shoot people and just go commit crimes and stuff like that. I feel like they should start implementing the real life part of Grand Theft Auto. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like, not an RPG element, but just more real life stuff, like how mods do. The fact that
Yeah.
I can get pulled over, or if I'm shooting somebody, I commit a crime, and we got a whole prison that's literally just there for aesthetics.
Mhm.
You know, they should have used that. Like, why do we have a prison that y'all don't use besides just for a mission and that's it? Like, why we can't go to jail and then go through? We're in jail for a month of game time, and now we got mini games in jail and can make gangs in jail.
Friends can break you out of jail.
Yeah, friends can break you out of jail online and stuff. Like, it's so much that Grand Theft Auto is missing and can like truly make a bunch of money off of if they just implemented it into their game. But I know they
Yeah,
won't.
this is why I want to design an RP game with you. We've had this conversation several
We
times.
actually have several times and
But we
looked
just
into
don't
it and
have
everything.
the knowledge and power to do it.
Exactly.
But I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you, Bama. As soon as this is on my end, as soon as I either get financially stable with the computer and a good ass computer, or both of us do, I will outsource people to teach
Oh, I'm
us,
definitely.
or that we just give them the ideas and they build it for us.
Oh, I'm definitely down for that.
Like I'm done with it. I told you about the survival game I want to build.
Yeah, I'm definitely down that. I
And
told you about the car games that I want, so I'm definitely down for that.
I'm saying you and I combine our heads, give GTA a run for their money.
Oh no, definitely. Because we come up with stuff. How can I explain it? Like the game you just showed me, the survival game with the alien. How
Yeah.
simple that concept is. How
Mhm.
very simple that concept is, and nobody came up with it. Like, we both said it at the same time. Like, yo, how's it that nobody thought of this? And
It's
somebody
a
just
low-hanging
comes out
fruit.
of nowhere.
It's a low
Yeah,
hanging
low
fruit, but
hanging
everyone's
fruit. Like,
everyone's
everybody's
like
here
it's a
and nobody's
low-hanging
grabbing
fruit.
it.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's fighting for this top, and that's how we both think. So I know
Sometimes less is more.
very true, very true.
Hmm.
Look at Fortnite.
No, oh God, we don't go there.
Look at Fortnite.
Yeah, they have less in the way of whatever the fuck it is, but what they lack in whatever, they make up for in their fucking colors, okay?
Yes, they really do.
It's a colorful game. And I don't mean like vulgar.
It's very colorful. It's very colorful. That's true.
Dude, imagine playing that game tripping ass.
Yo, on some acid, like, or some real talk, very high MDMA or something. I think you'll stand in one spot the whole time, pressing a single button, and then not even knowing that you died or something. Like, just watching other players and shit. Like, that'd be a trippy ass game to play like that.
I don't
like,
think
seriously.
you should play it on magic mushrooms.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! Do you see all the characters and stuff that you be running around?
Yeah.
And then
Dude,
imagine playing that like on a very good ass screen.
dude, they disappointed me. You know what they did? They put
What?
Thanos in there.
Yo, when I seen that,
Or not
my son,
Thanos, not Thanos, not Thanos. Kratos.
my son actually played with those because every time one of them things comes out, he got to get them
Mm-hmm.
them Fortnite bucks and stuff, and he always had to play with them characters. Every time I see that, I still to this day don't know how to play Fortnite. Let me say that. But as soon as I seen that, somebody killed me with that fucking asshole. I never played the game again. Never. I don't fuck with Fortnite. Fuck Fortnite. Now, that's just not to put down the people who play Fortnite, but fuck y'all too, because y'all know how to play that game and I don't. I can't get into it. I can't. I cannot. I can't build stuff while getting shot at. My first mind, shoot back, go to cover, do that, and that's not me. I can't start building and breaking, shoot and run. I can't do it. I can't do it. Maybe I'm old, but my mind don't work that fast.
No, I'm the same way as you, and you know you've seen those clips where like the people are building, but they're like spinning in 360 degrees, like fucking
My son does
1,000
that.
miles an hour,
My son
and they're
does
somehow building. I'm just like,
Yes.
what? Do you take Adderall? Like, do you do a line of coke as you're getting shot? Like, how are you
How are you
comprehending
moving
all
that
of
fast?
this?
Yes, and still shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Are you hacking? That's
And
my
then,
first.
and then
question.
like when they have the wall and they swap to the door, and then back to a wall in
Yeah.
like a quarter of a second. I'm like, what? If you're playing on
Yeah.
a keyboard, you're gonna make a girl real happy in the future. But like that's besides the point.
It's so true. Like your finger skills are something else, man. They're gonna be impeccable, bro. Girls are gonna love you in high school, dude.
What's your secret? Wall, door, floor, wall, floor, roof,
Wall,
wall.
floor, floor, door. That's so true.
You're getting shot at.
Oh,
You
man.
need to go into the door. Reach over. Get the key off the door. Okay, there we go.
That is so
Fuck.
true. That is so fucking true.
Oh,
Wow.
man. Dude, fucking hell. And not only that, the game, what is it, Field, I guess, it's been pretty stale. You know, and I think COVID had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, COVID put a damper on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It seemed like people ventured towards that pack of games that's like your favorite games, your go-to games,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that you know for sure. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have some fun. I can play this for some hours. It seemed like that's just what people went towards because it seemed like a lot of games flopped that tried to come out during this time, yo.
Yeah.
Especially games that was like Cyberpunk, for instance, how they was pushing all the different features and it looks like this and it's futuristic and it just flopped. Like I didn't even know that game actually was in production since like 2015 or something like that. The trailer was actually like 4 or 5 years old and shit.
I didn't hop
Like,
onto
first
Cyberpunk
trailer?
until like a few weeks before release.
Me neither. Seriously, me neither. I seen the trailer for it on YouTube and I was like, yo, this is like a futuristic Grand Theft Auto. This is cool.
Mhm.
Never knew that the game actually had a trailer that was years old and people already knew about it. I thought it was something that just popped up.
I didn't even see the trailer. I just saw people, assessing it. And I was like, oh, this looks kind of shitty, not down my alley. Because you know me, my alley is narrow. And then I gotta find that one game. And, I was like, this isn't it. And then I watched the playthrough, and I'm like, this is it. I was like, I love this thing.
I actually do. It's still to me, I still feel like it's a good game.
Oh,
As
yeah.
far as gameplay, the gameplay is cool. I like the futuristic element. I like the RPG style, how you can pick your own stuff, and it's a lot of stuff to it. But that fucking dialogue system, oh my god, that's how I know that the game is hella old because there was way too much dialogue, way too. It felt like I was watching a goddamn every episode. I mean, not every episode, every movie of Godfather, like every single last one of them, and there ain't like 5 of them. I can't do it. That shit, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. That's why I couldn't. I still haven't finished the game. I'm nowhere near finished the game. I think I'm only like probably 14, 15% like progressed through the game. It's just too
Yeah,
much dialogue.
yeah. I was looking on your YouTube. You got like 4 hours in.
Yeah, like 4 exactly, exactly.
Which,
And
like,
then it
I mean,
started glitching for me and stuff. I
yeah.
couldn't do it.
But if you think about it, like, just think about what I just said. You're only 4 hours in, and you're what, maybe like 2% through.
Exactly.
Now imagine the older games. 4 hours in, that means you played it like 2, 3 times over.
Thank you.
So like, how much can you really hate on them with how far we've all come so fast? Like,
Very true. Very, very true. Because that is one thing about me. I don't like games or I can complete in 2 days
hmm
or a day, especially if I'm like really just gaming all day. I can complete the story in 7 hours. Shit like that pisses me off, especially when I hate the commercials when they be like, oh yeah, there is 40 hours, 80 hours of campaign gameplay. You complete that shit in 10 hours. Like, what
yeah,
the fuck? That's wack as shit. I don't
yeah.
like
No,
stuff like that.
you and I, we've no-lifed games before,
How long
and
did it take us to complete Red Dead? It took you, I think,
it, I was one
maybe
of the
3 days,
faster
and that's just
people.
because you was taking breaks and you was doing your classes and stuff and working. That shit took me
No,
a
no, no. I
week
wasn't even
working.
working. I was the only breaks I took was to sleep, take a piss, shit, eat, and then I took like a 3 hour break at one point for something. Something happened. But I started it on Friday evening and finished it Monday afternoon. Um so I was
Yeah,
on the faster end of the spectrum
and that was a
because
long game.
Mhm.
That was a fucking the campaign
And
for
I didn't
Red
even
Dead.
skip cutscenes either. I didn't skip cutscenes. I went through the cutscenes. I listened to everything. Played it. Didn't speed
I
run
didn't
it.
actually skip none either. I didn't speed run either because I actually wanted to see the gameplay and the campaign because I'm actually a fan of all that cowboy shit. Well, you know this. We both are.
Uh
So I
huh.
actually wanted to see everything. I did.
Here's
It was
another
like
thing.
watching a movie for me.
You know what I think would have made Red Dead story that much better?
What?
It's like it's the smallest yet biggest detail. If they made it co-op,
Yes. Very true.
but they would have to add in another main character. Um.
I
So
feel like
like,
they should have came with somebody new. I did want somebody new. I wanted a new
oh,
character,
I got it.
but
John Marston. John Marston and what's that dude's name? I can't think of it right now. Like, for example, say you join my game, I play as the main character, and then you play
uh
as
huh.
John Marston because they were together most of the time.
Yeah, they were.
And then I think it would have been good that way.
I do too, and I actually like John's character from Red
Mhm.
Dead, from the first one. I
Oh
actually
yeah.
fucking like the character, like for real. I didn't like at the end how you didn't he die and then you become his son.
I'm not completely sure because Red
Yeah,
Dead
if I'm not
1 I
mistaken, in
didn't
Red
play
Dead
through.
One, at the
I played
end,
it, but I didn't play the story. I wasn't
yeah,
into
at the
story
end of
games.
it, you become John's son. That was a
Oh.
character right there that they could have used. Because at the end of Red Dead 2, you play as John, right?
No, at the end of Red Dead 1, you play as John. Because Arthur Morgan dies. That's his name, Arthur Morgan.
Yeah, Arthur dies and you play as John.
Yeah.
Now, at the end, damn, I gotta look this up real quick because I remember playing as the son. It's like a part where you get like through 100% or something, and he dies off and all that, and you end up playing as his son. What was his name? Jack. John.
I think it was Jack.
I think
Yeah,
his name is Jack.
playing as Jack Marston. Mod, let's see here. Do you play as Jack? Let's see. Jack also appears as a supporting character in Undead Nightmare and appears once again as a major character in Red Dead Redemption 2. Jack is the son of the game's protagonist, John Marston. Marston is playable in Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, that'd be dope as fuck if you could play Jack in Red Dead 3.
Dude. I will say, though, Rockstar, they have an amazing way of doing storytelling.
Every single last, that's one thing I will give them. Every last game that I've played of Rockstar has had a good storyline. Seriously, every single one.
Now, this brings me back to one more thing. With the gaming industry and new games getting brought out, because I have a feeling 2021 into 2022 is going to be like the floodgates opening.
Yeah.
The game, I think, is called Everything or Anything, one of the two, made by GTA's former owner, Leslie Benzies, I think it is. Where he hired his own company to make his own game. Where it's going to be like fivem, from what I understand. Just better. I can't wait to see anything involving that.
What? So what is the game going to be like?
I have no idea. I tried finding the website earlier, but I couldn't find it. And I know I signed up for it, but it was like... Let me see here. North Star Games says, what? Nope, not that one. Everywhere. That's the game.
Everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere.game. I was telling you about this a while ago. So this here. In the near future, technology has brought humanity to the precipice of a world-shifting change. There are those who want to use technology to advantage only themselves, and those who want to use it to help humankind. Will we look to the stars, or stare only at our feet? Will we be inspired, or live in fear? There's a war between good and evil in the hearts of men and women. Everything is changing, and there's no going back. It's a game, it's a community, it's a new world. The storm is on the horizon, and it is only the beginning of everywhere. Community.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, listen to the community one. You, the player, are integral to the creation, growth, and future of everywhere. Our journey together begins when you register with Everywhere. In the time through both website and in-game challenges, your player will evolve and your place in Everywhere will become clear.
Oh shit.
Like, I'm interested in this, but 13th of November 2020 was the last update, if not the only update. Yeah, video game developer Leslie Benzies' Build a Rocket Boy studio announced it has just completed a Series B round of fundraising for the new game Everywhere. Founded in 2016 by Benzies, Build a Rocket Boy has established itself as a new global independent studio focused on the future of AAA games. The development team has quickly grown to 400 plus people, with studios in Edinburgh and Budapest. With the close of a Series B fundraising round. Yeah, so this is just talking about fundraising and all of that. I don't think there's anything 2021 related. So.
And they're ex-Rockstar employees. That's dope.
Yeah, it's Leslie Benzie, the one who is in charge of GTA.
Yeah.
So, like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he gonna know a good game when he see it.
Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm pumped for that.
Oh wow, this person just said this is an open world single player and co-op game.
Did the person on the game thing just... Holy shit, I'd never noticed that. The person on the game icon is changing. I never noticed that, because I never had it just sitting there.
Shit, for real?
Yeah. Like, right now it's a dude. When I first got there, it was a chick, and then... Yeah, see, it's changing now.
Oh, shit, yeah, it so is.
Yeah, now it's the chick. After the chick, it was like this tribal person. So.
Oh yeah. See,
I just hope this
I
game.
like games like this.
I hope this game doesn't turn out to be a flop like Identity was.
Oh my gosh, or fucking Raw and all that, Joe.
Dude, I almost threw money
hate
into
games
Identity.
I almost threw money into Raw, yo, and found out that shit was just a rip off of Identity and shit. I was pissed off, man. I really want a game like that.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I really want a game like that, and I hate those fucking people who play on the emotions of people like us who want shit like that.
I know.
Like, you know, it's some fucking asshole who just wanted to make some money. Like, yo, I want a game like this, and they do too. So let's just fake it.
Yeah, no, I want to get to the point where you and I were like, they want a game like that, we want a game like that. Instead of saying let's fake it, I want to say let's make it.
Exactly what I want. Like, seriously, it's so many fucking like games and stuff. Like this everywhere game, if this is what it sounds like, this could fuck over a lot of games.
Yeah.
Like, for real. This could be a problem for a lot of game companies. And for it being independent and stuff, that's tight. That's tight. But a lot of games have potentials like that. And then it seemed like they just, I don't know, it seemed like either they get the money that they just wanted and they just stop giving a fuck. And
no, I think a lot of it is
what it is.
They're good with presentation, but they suck dick at execution.
That could be it. That could be very it. Like, seriously, I couldn't agree with that. Like, for real.
You got to be able to sell shit. Correction. You got to be able to sell ice to a fucking Eskimo in this day and age in order to be able to make and sell a game.
Yeah, because when I first seen, what is it? Arma? When I first seen Arma and I started seeing like Arma Life and all that stuff, Arma to me should have taken over Grand Theft Auto. Like, seriously. Arma, and it to me, Arma still has the potential to take over Grand Theft Auto.
Arma Life is a mod.
Yeah, but I'm saying just Arma in general, just because you can put, even if you just got the base Arma game, it's so many fucking mods and stuff like that to get Arma Life going and shit like that.
I see what you're saying.
Arma, even just with PC players, had the potential to take over Grand Theft Auto to me on both PC and console just because of how much you could fucking do. But it seemed like either they got like, I don't know what the fuck the company went through or something like that, and if they just stopped like slowing down on stuff, like
I heard
they just
they're
started
working on a new Arma.
I did too. I've heard that a couple of times. But it seemed like it just slowed down. And they just stopped giving a fuck about Arma 3, you know? So everybody just kept playing the same shit over and over and over. But that fucking game right there, yo, that shit was like next gen to me. Like, seriously. When I seen that shit, I was like, damn, this is a war game? Hold on.
Dude,
These
you can
people
turn
ain't
those
warned
graphics up so high it looks like a picture.
Yes. That's fucking incredible. That's fucking incredible. Like, seriously.
I know, imagine what the next Arma is going to be like with this day and age's technology.
I seriously hope. I remember we was having a conversation about open world games and stuff, and I was telling you about the one video I found of the whole, the simulation that was the whole world. You can build wherever, and you can zoom in on it and all that stuff, and it's terraforming, and uh destroy shit and all that. I hope
Dual
Armor
Universe?
not that one. Not that one. I still to this day can't find the video that we were talking about, Joe. I still to this day can't find it. It was like a military simulation. It was a game, but they got bought out by the military because of how good their
Oh!
simulation was.
Oh, I remember, and then you had me do some deep looking into it, and I
Yes,
found
and
it.
you fucking found it, yes. And you ended up fucking finding it how you always do, bro.
Yeah,
You
just
ended
like
up
when you were
fucking
telling me
finding
about the materials or the metals and everything, then I'm just like, oh, by the way, you might want to look this up.
it. Yes, yes. I hope Armor 3 is taken from that shit, like, seriously. I really do. Because that shit, when I seen that fucked my head up. That shit
Mm-hmm.
fucked my head up. Like, it's crazy how far graphics and technology is for games, but we not even scratching the surface yet, you know?
Dude, hear me out. I told you this before, but when I make a RP game, I'm going in, hopefully you're by my side when I do it, because it's going to be breaking, because you know me, I go
Mhm.
big or I go home, and I never
Mhm.
go home.
Very.
So, I want to do something similar to Microsoft Flight Simulator and take a 1-to-1 scale of the world,
Mhm.
right? Make it online so anyone can join, because it's a 1-to-1 scale of the world, so I know there's enough space on it.
Very true.
Alright, so it's going to be one operating server, kind of like how Star Citizen, or not Star Citizen, Atlas, they have very few servers, but
Uh-huh.
each quadrant is a different sub-server, so that it loads its own thing, and you don't have to load in everything all at once.
Oh, kind of like Dual Universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And, I mean, Microsoft Flight Sim does the same thing where you download as you fly, but do something
Uh-huh.
similar like that in the RP aspect with Microsoft Flight Simulator's graphics,
Uh-huh.
plane-wise, not the fucking map graphics, but the plane graphics. Make that all around. But then, so you got the planes, you got the map, but then you throw in boats, helicopters, cars, and then you throw in jobs, the scripts, all that. That's what I want to do, is just make a mosh pit of everything. Because, dude, imagine a 1-to-1 scale, and then, like, you and I, for example, I know for a fact we run fucking coke from Costa Rica to wherever. Okay? Like, that
That
shit would be insane.
that to me right there, literally, or what's that movie called? Where the people is putting on the virtual helmets and shit,
Where
and
what?
what's the movie called? I think it was a couple years ago. They putting on the virtual reality helmets, and they like can see each other, and it's like the whole world and like every character from every fucking movie and every game and all that shit. You could be whatever you want it to be.
I'm not completely sure.
Ready Player One, bro. That is like to
Oh,
me
yeah.
something on the lines of that, but just not
Hmm.
as large like that. Where you taking other stuff and just throwing it in there, but something like that. I
Yeah.
truly believe that's possible, especially even now with the technology that we have.
Yeah.
That shit is possible. It's just
But you know what
nobody
would
wants to
just.
put money behind that shit.
Yeah, but you know what would really separate it from everything else besides the 1-to-1 map? The, what is that destruction thing? I can't think of the name. But, where every pixel. Vox pixels.
Vox pixels, yeah.
Vox pixel integration into the Microsoft graphics, which is very hard to do, but Vox Pixel integrated in the Microsoft graphics. Because think, then you got the flight sim physics, which they have good fucking physics. You got that physics, but then you got the Vox Pixel destruction. So,
That.
say you really piss someone off, they can blow a hole in your house, and it looks ultra realistic.
See, that'd be fucking sweet. Like seriously,
Mm-hmm.
That'll fuck up a lot, bro. That'll like truly be the #1 game.
Uh-huh.
Like for real. That'd be the number. You want to know a low hanging fruit? I think nobody's came out with.
What's up?
I think it's just there, and I kind of pulled it from that fucking that that movie I was just talking about.
Hit me.
Um, Now imagine how you just said a one-to-one map.
Uh huh.
So a one-to-one map, but instead of it, you can go whatever. You can go wartime. You can go sci-fi. You can go aliens. You can go whichever way you want to go. But instead of it being PvP, player versus player, or player versus everything, it's world versus everything.
Is what?
It's world versus everything.
World versus.
So what I would say, what I would mean by that is, like, we're so used to games being competitive and like competition games, oh, let me be the best, let me be this, let me
Mm-hmm.
and then you got the games that's like co-op and RPG to where everybody has a certain strength. Oh, this is my tank. Oh, this is my stealth person.
Mm-hmm.
The games that do that will take those elements and throw them into one game to where, it's everybody needs everybody. You know what I'm saying? So for the people who like playing flying games, y'all the pilots.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna actually, for you to load into this level or to do this drop ship mission, you actually need a human pilot. You just can't load in a computer and stuff like that. One of y'all got to be the pilot, and
Well,
it's not something to where you can just hop in and be like, "Oh, I'm the pilot." No, do you have that skill set on your character? Is that
oh.
something that your character actually does? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to make it to where everyone needs everyone. But to me, the standout of that game would have to be,
So kind of like how Eco, you need other people.
yeah, but to me, the standout should be the protagonist of the game. The thing that you facing has to be the hardest shit in the world. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want a game to where there is no difficulties. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's not an easy to fucking hard or extra or
It's
fucking,
just there in your
yeah.
face.
It's just there. So if you want to beat this one thing, y'all have to really fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I think that'll like really change the gaming world. That'll take people from competitive to, let me actually get with people in these discords and we actually making out a battle plan to fucking try to beat this computer. Because that's really all it is.
Can I
I want it
elaborate
to
on
be the
that?
world versus the computer. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So, like you're saying, you need to get together with people. You need to work together, which I think would be great in nowadays age because everything's getting fucking toxic. But
Yes, exactly.
but what if you took it a step further? You know the band 21 Pilots?
Yes.
Okay. Do you listen to them or follow them?
I don't follow, but I heard a couple of their songs. Yeah.
Okay. So, I love 21 Pilots. I follow them. They love doing mental puzzles. For example, recently they did a puzzle that took a few days, and they would
Uh-huh.
release certain things like designs and all this, and their followers, their followers would pick everything up, do some deep dives, like I'm talking pausing videos at a certain still and all this, talk to each other, put the puzzle together, send it in, and then they would do another tweet or another distorted thing, and then get this, they had a separate computer set up, I believe, that you had to hack into and download something from a USB drive. So you needed to have someone who was technologically savvy to help y'all out and get the stuff to download so that you can finish the puzzle. Okay?
Mhm.
And I thought that was fucking awesome. So what if in your game idea you incorporate that where say the final boss or whatever, you need to talk to the company itself and solve like their riddles, their hints and shit like that to get special items or to find where the boss is or find a secret not disability but a disadvantage, I guess you can say, that the boss has, a way to beat it easier, so to speak.
Mhm.
Like you have to work with the company to be able to work with other people to be able to fight so and so.
I like that. I
Mm-hmm.
actually like that.
Because it
'Cause
also creates a bond between the company and the
and,
player
and
base.
again, exactly. And see, I like that taken from the fucking movie again, because then you can actually introduce hidden stuff to me, like
Mm-hmm.
the Easter eggs and stuff like that. Like, hey, if your faction or something like that actually got through the next level before the last faction. You know, because how I figured, being that it would be a one map, and everybody could people do still want to play with their friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, create a faction. You know, and my first idea was something like, have you ever seen a movie Storm? Is it Starship Troopers? Storm Troopers? Damn,
Super Troopers?
Nah, that's my movie too. With the big ass fucking like spider aliens and shit. It's an old movie, bro. I think it's Starship Troopers. Starship Troopers. You ever seen that?
Maybe.
All right, so it's
I
like
know I'm not as old as you, but like
they're going from like planet to planet, and like, well, not planet to planet basically, but like they're fighting like some like bug like species type shit that
Mhm.
like shoot fucking meteors and shit, and it's like the whole world versus them. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So basically, that's what I was thinking. You know, so you will have like, hey, I need people to fly fucking spaceships and shit
Oh,
to
you're
to
fighting
land
an
on it.
invasion.
Yeah, so it'll be the world versus the invasion, but
Well, that
let's make
makes it
that
even
invasion.
better.
Exactly. So then I want the invasion to be like I want basically this game to be like the hardest fucking game ever. So
Yeah,
people can actually
exactly.
play it and have a reason, to actually be like, yo, I gotta get better. So we actually, instead of let's just going into war as soon as we jump in the game, hey yo, let's actually fucking train up our characters for a
Mhm.
little bit. You feel me? And make players grind. You feel me? Because you might have somebody who, like us, we got a whole week off. You feel me? So, hey, I'm
Yeah.
about to actually grind my player this whole time, and now we lieutenant or something,
Mhm.
and we still got 4 or 5 friends that's grunts. So, hey, yo, I just started up this other faction, and now we got this. You feel me? Helicarrier with the big ass extra out. You feel me? Guns from the different
Yeah.
company, because I just hit up the company. Like, you remember, like you were saying, I just hit up the company and they gave us the helicarrier because I just advanced my carrier. So now we got this to actually help out this. I
Mhm.
think that'd be sweet because it gives you so many aspects of different gameplays, but it's still just, it all comes down to something being so fucking simple. It's
But
not player versus player. It's y'all versus the computer.
what if it
Seriously.
gets better? Elaborating on your do you have a pilot idea? When you create the character, the way you create it, kind of like how Scum does it. You can be a boxer, shooter, shit like that. When you
Mm-hmm.
create it, you can be engineer because you have high intelligence. You can be a scientist because you have high intelligence. You know those subcategories.
That's
But
exactly what I'm thinking.
for example, say I'm a scientist and you're the engineer. Okay, I'm talking to the company. I'm trying to rack a riddle in my head, solve a puzzle, whatever it is. In the company, I solve it. Then, since I solved it and no one else was helping me, my character is the only one that has that blueprint unlocked via a character code. You know what I'm saying? Like, the blueprint is tied to my account. Therefore, even if I filmed it and put it up on YouTube,
Uh
and
huh.
everyone had the materials, they don't have the blueprint that's enabling them to build it. So,
Uh
like,
huh.
for example, I'd be the only scientist in the game, because I'm the only one that did the riddle or whatever, that would be able to build a certain chemical or, pass on a blueprint to you
That
for a
right
rocket ship or
there, exactly
whatever.
what you are saying is possible. There
Mm-hmm.
was an old Star Wars game. I forget the fucking name of it, and I fucking found this out like last year when around the time me and you were talking about creating a game together.
Yeah.
There was an old Star Wars game that introduced different pathways. Like you could be whatever type of character, like Jedi character you wanted to be, but
Mm-hmm.
you had to do certain things to go down that line, and it wasn't a blueprint for it. So, like you said, you had to actually find that blueprint for the character that you wanted. So every character actually was a one-to-one fucking character. But it
Mm-hmm.
was so hard, like people didn't play the fucking game because it was so much to figure out. People didn't figure out this shit till like 10 years later or some shit, like how to be a two-time Jedi, whatever. It was
Yeah.
a lot to it. That would be fucking perfect now because people actually love grinding and figuring shit out in games. That
Well, I
shit,
think we know the first RP survival type of game we're doing
I
because
think,
you know how you said world versus everything?
hmm
Gave me an idea. Why don't we throw in Eco's pollution idea into there? This one-to-one scale has got pollution, which means decaying of shit. So the wars have an impact on the world. Because, for example, say I want certain resources that a certain country has, because, you know, like over in the greenery we can't have sand, right? Same for an example. So I get in a war trying to take sand from them. They don't want to give up all the sand, so it's a long war. All that pollution getting caused by guns, bombs, all that is having an effect on the world, which can either help or give a disadvantage when we go up against the boss. So everyone that's playing on the world has an effect on the in game, whether they're fighting front of the line or they're in the back of the line helping. It all depends on the pollution that goes around. Are you going to be able to put the rocket up on the top of that hill, or is that hill going to be corroding away and falling apart? Are you going to be able to trap whatever it is down in that valley because the water line is rising? Like, you know, you get what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that because that gives you, to me, that gives you, what's the word I'm looking for? Not like a responsibility, but that gives you that tasking. That it gives you like that task system type of thing. You know, like a purpose is basically. It gives you a purpose. Like, yo, I know I got to do this, but you got to keep your mind on that thought. Like, yo, something else is going to come from this. There's a consequence to these fucking actions.
Yeah, because then people are just going to, you know, start abusing it and dropping nuclear bombs all the time.
Exactly.
But if it has an effect on the map, you know, like, because you have that pixel part, you know, the Vox pixels. When you drop a bomb, it's going to blow whatever away. And then they're going to have to rebuild that. Assuming you start out in the world, this year, you probably want to do more survival start. It's going to be like survival RP, I'm assuming, if we're combining both ideas. So you'd start out primitive with like a hatchet or whatever, or you build the hatchet, and then you start building the communities in the different parts of the world. And then eventually you guys can start communicating in person. Then you set up like telephone lines and shit like that and just keep advancing. Eventually you can start calling other people up. You get cell phones, but you have to rely on other people that have like scientists, engineers, and stuff like that. Eventually economy gets added in. And then you got the wars, and then you got all this, and you have to deal with the fucking aliens coming to invade. You got to deal with natural disasters like hurricanes, floodings, earthquakes.
All of that will keep gamers playing the game.
Yeah, because they don't know what the fuck's going to happen.
Exactly. Being that you got everybody trying to work together, you got that aspect to worry about. Being that you fucking up the world, you got that aspect to worry about. Being that you want to advance your own character and not play through a storyline, so to speak, but just to get your character better, you got that to worry about.
Yeah.
Then with the boss, how you said, as soon as you started saying like how everything have a consequence on the world, as soon as you said that, it made me think with the boss, it'd be perfect to actually, because everybody can't always play at the same time.
Yeah.
And you know how they got events and stuff like that. Make the events rank, because you actually don't know when the enemy is gonna hit.
Yeah.
You don't know when this enemy is coming. So the enemy is always not thinking but evolving in a certain way, you know?
Now,
so
you could be friends with scientists and all that who are able to track it down and be like, okay, it's going to hit within this time period, and it's going to be in Africa. So we got to sail and fly over to Africa and set everything up.
Exactly. And see that right there, introduce new maps, that it introduce new ways for somebody to play, you know? And what's crazy is it wouldn't even be technically a new map, is we locked this quadrant down over here. You know, we locked Africa down because y'all not attacking there yet. We don't need to use this part yet, you know? We know that.
See, what I was thinking was it's one-to-one globe, right? So people start, depending on where they're playing from, like, for example, you and I, we're based out of California. So when we put that in, when we're creating the account and everything, we would start in California and start building in California. Whereas someone from Russia says they're from Russia, they'd start over in Russia. We'd have no idea they're playing the game. until we get to a further advanced part where we can do telecommunications between one another.
That's
So,
actually what I want, cause I actually thought like I'm so glad that we friends, bro. Like I actually thought about that. Like there's no game that is an online type world game to where you have to start off where you stay at.
hmm
So how you said we in California, being that we already know each other, we can kind of already have a certain amount of communication. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it kind of take like the Discord elements and all that out, so people can't cheat and stuff like that. But you still can, but you can't talk. You're not talking in game. You can't help each other out in game. You know, it's
yeah,
not helping you whatsoever because y'all can't communicate. Your buddy's in fucking Russia. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
Like
isn't Blaster and
even if you're communicating in Discord, how are you going to help each other out unless you spawn in the same continent?
exactly, exactly, and how
Because
you were saying
yeah,
like
I know you're in
when we
Russia,
got
but I just
into
have
the
a
game,
pickaxe and a hatchet. How the fuck
exactly.
am I getting over there?
Exactly. We're like, I'm not even there yet, yo. Like, my
hmm
whole faction is trying to build up our fucking ships or, whatever vehicles that we have in game
Yeah.
so we can start fucking traveling, bro. And we still
hmm
getting attacked by the fucking whatever invasion is going on. So, it'll bring so much to it. Like, yo, people got to advance. We got to
hmm
get better and shit like this. And, okay, my players over here, they finally got the communication tower up. Ours isn't running yet. So we need people on the game fucking gathering metal scraps or whatever the fuck so we can get ours running and actually have it all running on a world thing so people can still keep up with what's going on,
hmm
you know, like outside the game, but
Yeah.
in game you can't do shit.
Now you ready for a big wrench to be thrown in?
Yeah,
AI that operates like players.
I like that.
So, for example, say in the early games, you and I would be in America, right? What
hmm
else was in America in the early times? Native Americans.
Yeah,
So, say you and I settle too close to an encampment without knowing, they act like players, so we don't know if they are players or AIs. And if we settle too close and say we're terraforming too much around them, piss them off somehow, they will attack us.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that like a lot. I like that a lot, yo. And I know this is possible because you got stuff like Star Citizen, got
Uh-huh.
stuff like Dual Universe. You got fucking shit like fivem, yo. The people is literally coming up with at they fucking homes,
Mm-hmm.
not in some extra out $2 billion studio. So where it's 20 other, you feel me, people in your one room working on the same fucking character issue.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's 6 other departments working on missions, and it's not like that. Like I know this is possible. Really know this is possible, especially with people, man, like you. Our minds are like so fucking crazy, especially when we really want to do shit.
Yeah, don't even need Coke to get active.
Yeah, very true, very true, yo. Because we run like coke addicts, but we don't do coke.
I know, dude.
Like
I believe you
seriously,
and I have been asked on SARP when we were out for, what was it, 2 days straight?
yeah,
It was 3 a.m. The owner was like, are you guys doing like a Coke bender? What's going on? You
yeah.
guys
Like y'all are
have
still on.
Lambos and everything. They didn't even restart the server because we were on there for so long. Just running
Man.
drugs and everything. Dude,
Oh yes, yeah, I
we were
like
on
that
so
show.
long that they did 2 shift changes of police while we were running. Like, while we were running. In the police chase, more cars came up, and then the others fell off and went back to the station and logged off.
It was crazy, yo. Them was the days. Those was the days. Man, thank you for the episode, bro. Like for real. Thank you
Yeah,
for
no problem.
inviting me
Anything
on
you
the
want to
podcast.
shout out? Anyone?
Man, anybody watching, yo, check out the channel, man, for sure. AOGJ, all off the game is what it stands for if y'all don't know. But AOGJ, man, J for short, My boy calls me Bama because I am from Bama, So if y'all want to call me Bama, you can too because I'm very friendly, I'm the friendliest black person you ever meet. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Ain't that
I'm
the
very
truth?
true about that. I'm just very, very true about it, for real. But yeah, man, thanks, man. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for
Yeah,
doing this for me, bro. Like for real. I
no
really
problem,
appreciate
man.
it.
Thanks for being the first guest.
Oh yeah, yo, no problem. And y'all will be seeing me again because we got a lot of shit to talk.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
For sure, man.
Mm-hmm. All right. See y'all.
All
Have a
right.
good one. I'll catch y'all on the next episode.